Hello, Chen.
Hello,
Good.
Rita.
Yeah,
Nice to
good.
meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for helping me doing this task.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
So, how are you actually feeling today? Uh, this Sunday weekend?
Sunday is great. Yeah, we feel
No, no work,
very
right?
relaxed and charged, having my me time right now.
Yeah. So now I'm stealing your mid time for few hours. Yeah, we start with the basic question now. Can you tell us what is your name and how old are
uh, my,
you and where you from?
my name is Chernnie Ivonny. I'm 36 years old. Technically, I was born in Kota Kinabalu, but
Mhm.
I was residing in Kudat currently, working in KK lah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So question number four is, if I visit to your place, what will you recommend me to do there?
Well, I think for Kudat, since the tourism are evolving right now, I think Kudat is suitable for those who are intrigued to know about Trongus culture, number one. Number two is for the seafood
Yes.
and the beaches. So I would like to recommend number one, Babangazo Lunghus Long House, the famous Simpang Mengayau.
Simpang Melayu, yes.
Bang Mengayau and beaches in Kudat, I can guarantee you one of the best beaches in Sabah.
One thing that the listeners should know that Chen is actually a frontliner. Can you tell me
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit interesting job as a frontliner?
I'm a science officer,
Mm.
pegawai sains. During the COVID time, since last year, I was assigned to set up the COVID lab in Queen Elizabeth Hospital. As you
The hero nih.
know, as you know, COVID-19 is a novel coronavirus.
Mm.
So me and my team, we started from scratch because we never had a molecular laboratory before.
Mm.
We only have few tests related to molecular, but not for COVID. So,
Yeah.
in providing the tests and to provide a very reliable and true test,
Mm.
so it needs a very some sort of strange motivation and dedication to
Yeah.
accomplish the task.
If we move on to the next question, what is your hobby and why do you choose such hobby?
One hobby that is still maintained by me until this date is reading
Eh,
ulat buku.
yes, ulat buku.
Well, why? Because with books you can go to anywhere. I mean, you don't have to go to places in just one book. You can just stay there, but your imagination can go to anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
and
can travel
it
by
is.
book. This is going to be a very interesting interview because you're such a busy person, and then we are talking about movie influence to a younger generation. Yeah, we move to next question, Chen, which is if given a choice, which one do you prefer, watching drama or listening to song?
Okay, it's so unfair for you to ask me that question. I love watching drama more.
Mm,
It's kind of escapism for me when you can, in your current situation,
yeah.
drama is a very good escapism. You can
Mm-hmm.
indulge yourself in your bubble,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can choose not to care about your surrounding, at least for a moment.
Yes. Do you feel like things are changing due to the pandemic? Like maybe your our hobby and why?
Despite of having involved in such a busy and a very challenging task
Mm-hmm.
during this pandemic, our life is
Yes.
very privileged. So we are some sort of lucky
Mm-hmm.
compared to other people, even though it made me a bit frustrated and upset, but still
But life must go
grateful.
on, right?
Yeah, life must go on, and I still grateful for whatever happening right now
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
still healthy, you can keep your job, your families are okay.
So nowadays, what do you usually do during your free time?
Of course, Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
apart from doing my household chores. Every time I have a free time and
Mm-hmm.
every time I had the chance to do the things that I like, I must grab the opportunity because we
Mm.
never know what will happen in the future.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
before that time happens, let us take all the free time that is available right now
Mm.
and to do things that we like.
Yeah, that's actually very inspiring. I have 10 questions regarding our topic today, which is the impacts and influence of movies towards
Yep.
the younger generations. Question number one is, in your opinion, do you think movie nowadays has more good or bad influence to today's younger generations?
The ideas of making movies, the storyline,
Mm,
since since when we were young, since the years before, since the previous generation, I think
mm,
the ideas of doing the storyline, the storytelling is just the same.
mm,
It's just that the movie making technique
yeah.
is became more believable.
Mm-hmm,
So in terms of influence, bad and good influence, we do have movie regulation like
mm,
finance and lembaga penapisan basically say that movie nowadays are very giving very bad influence compared to all movies. I
mm-hmm,
think it's very subjective. I can't say that the current movies, the movies nowadays, they are worse
yeah.
or they are giving more bad influence
Mm-hmm,
because when we were young, we had been witnessing bad movies as well.
yes,
So I think there is no
not just this century, right?
there's no difference basically. So in every generation there will be bad movies, there will be good
Mm,
movies. So it's
so
up to
yeah, so actually you're saying that it's up to what are the movies that we are watching, right? Yeah.
yeah, correct. Because some of the movies they did it for art and maybe some festival thingy.
Yeah.
Some of the movies they are very abstract.
Mm,
Then they just do so, for fun. There's no message at all.
mm,
But some of them they are experimenting the movie making technique
mm.
to make it believable.
So actually,
Yes.
you are already answering my second question, which is, could you justify your reason on why do you say so? It's okay. We move to the third question, which is, could
Okay.
you give examples of movies that teaching good moral values to the viewers? Do you remember any movies? And if you say so, why?
It was an old movie. I saw it when I was in secondary school. Children of Heaven. I think. Have
Ah,
you watched that?
yes, I
Yeah, it's
watched
an
that. Yeah.
Iranian movie. It is about two siblings, a big
Mm,
brother and a younger sister. It just happened that the younger brother he broke her sister's shoes,
mm,
so they have to exchange wearing the same shoes to go
mm-hmm.
to the school. So in the morning the brother will wear the shoes, and in the evening the sister will
Yeah, they use
they
the
will
same
take
shoes.
turn wearing the shoes. So they have to run in between their houses.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just happened one day. There is a running competition, if you can remember,
Mm,
running competition, and one of the prizes was a pair of shoes.
mm,
So the big brother he joined the competition in order to win the
mm,
shoes. Tapi plot twist,
uh-huh.
ending dia kena tengok sendirilah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a movie, kan? So yeah, that's actually a very good example, moral value, kan? So,
Yeah, correct.
number four, and also the example of movies that projects bad influence towards the millennial generation.
When I read your question, the one movie actually crossed my mind, and I condone. I don't really support this kind of movies, regardless the ideas and how liberated and how art artistic it is. But I
Mm,
think it's for so many reasons. I think it shouldn't be produced and it
okay.
shouldn't be made. Basically, the movie, the lucky movie,
Okay.
the lucky movie is 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it is based on the books now, but I think
Mm.
what happened in the book must stay in the book. Don't you think so?
Yeah, yeah. I never watched that. It's actually based on romance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What do you think about parents' intervention in monitoring the selection of movies for the younger generations and why? Like the 50 Shades of Grey.
Great. I think parents, as long as the children is still underage, they are still minors.
Mm,
Parents has the full right to monitor and supervise their children. Children might have some different perception
mm,
regarding one movies, and I think we as adult we must clarify
yeah,
and give them some sort of the truth and the real message regarding the movies and not only uh, children punya perception lah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I agree because I'm a parent too. Okay, that's a very good message there. Question number 6, Chen. In
Yep.
your opinion, when choosing movies, do you think the younger generation are incapable to distinguish right and wrong message about the projected movies that they're watching? Why?
And even though they are allowed to have their own thoughts, but
Mm,
then I think for first-hand thought, we should explain to
yeah.
them
Mm,
what is the true message about
mm-hmm.
until they can differentiate and they can appreciate the movies
Mm,
without having any major influence in their lives,
yeah,
then it should be fine.
hopefully.
Yeah.
We have like 4 questions left.
Okay.
Can you share a bit of your experience whether the movies shown today have changed due to the trend and why?
If you see, talking about Netflix,
Mm-mm,
the trait or the habit of watching movie has been changed.
mm,
So since Netflix can be accessible and can be watched via various kinds of devices,
mm,
so we don't have to sit down in the cinemas
mm.
or stay at your home to watch movies. We can enjoy Netflix from anywhere and
Yeah,
everywhere.
anyway, everywhere, as
Yes,
long as
even
you
if
have internet.
it's yeah.
So, yeah, we move to the question number 8. This is interesting. Could you share one example of your favorite movie that might have influenced you in certain ways?
I am torn between two of my favorite movies, which
Okay.
are number one, Interstellar.
Ah,
I
okay.
really love Interstellar, yeah.
Mm.
And number two is Hidden Figures. Have you watched Hidden Figures?
No, not yet.
But then I chose Hidden Figures lah because it is
Mm.
more inspiring. It's about women empowering, about
Oh,
racial and gender discrimination. Yeah, Hidden Figure is about the three black women who work
ah,
in
okay.
NASA. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I think I watched this already.
It made us realize that somehow female is quite smart as well, and we are
Mm.
capable, and we can be quite competitive with our male counterpart.
Yeah, just by listening to you also already inspired. I'm going to watch it. Okay, so number 9, with the example that you have shared, do you feel it is different with the mindset of younger generations?
Our younger generation, they are not experiencing the harshness of the discrimination, especially in our
Yeah.
countries where
Mm.
we we are given the same equal opportunity, and in fact in universities females are much more in numbers like they outnumbered the
Yeah,
male.
yeah. Mm.
So I think for compared to those characters in Hidden Figures and to compare it with the younger generation right now, the younger generation they are much more luckier.
Okay, so the last one. If this is quite tricky, and I would like to know your thoughts about this one.
All right.
If you happen to be a filmmaker, what kind of movies will you produce to cater the needs of the younger generations, and why you say so?
I love this question, Rita,
Yeah,
because
I know you like this.
really because I would really like to. I think if I were a movie producer, I will produce more and more movies based on books.
Mm-hmm. Good books, right?
Yeah, yeah, good books. Well, there are some consequences of producing movies from books. Is number one,
Mm-hmm.
people will get back to books.
Yes.
Our aim is to empowering and to encourage
Mm-hmm.
our young generation to return to the books.
Yeah, all the books are getting rotten, right? The
Yeah, that's why it is a very good idea to make kids read again via movies.
back to the question, like if you are a film producer, okay, I know you read a lot. Please choose one book that to make it as a film that
Okay.
will influence the younger generations. Let's say one book.
Alright. Ibu besar peminum kopi.
Eh, yeah, that's a good book. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So that's it. You have already answered my 10 question about movies, the impact of
Yay.
movies for the younger generation. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Yay.
Do you,
Saya.
do you have any message to the younger generations who's watching us right now?
Okay, for the younger generation, you are liberated to think and to express. You have the freedom to think and choose, but
Mm-hmm.
um, please choose wisely. Yes.
So that's a very powerful message. So yeah, thank you for helping me doing this task, this assignment. So
No
yeah,
problem. Bye bye.
bye.